Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are brand new here. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a brand new collaboration between Revolution and Kisu. And if you're not aware, Kisu is a German YouTuber and Instagrammer, and this is the packaging. So I picked mine up as soon as it released on Thursday evening, and I picked it up from revolutionbeauty.com, and this palette is £10. Now I love this whole collaboration. It's very girly, it's very feminine, and I suppose that's actually what I love about the collaborations, that every single person that Revolution collabs with brings something different to the table. So Kisu, I've had a look at her Instagram, and she seems to be, well, very, very feminine. So this whole palette really does reflect her, and I just love it. So the packaging is like marble, so it's white with marble, grey marble, and then you have the rose gold marbling to it as well, along with Kisu's name there, which I really love. Again, it's very romantic, very feminine. I love it. So yeah, that's the actual packaging. I just love that. On the back, it gives you the, obviously, Revolution, Kisu, ingredients as always. Then it reflects the palette, sorry, what you're going to get inside, as well as, you know, you've got the how long it's going to last. So this one says 12 months. It also states that it's cruelty free there, so you've got all of that information there. You are getting two, because in this palette it's slightly different, so you're getting two highlighters at 0.17 ounces or 4.8 grams of product. You're then getting 16 eyeshadows at 0.03 ounces or 0.9 grams of product. So that's the outer packaging. What I also really liked is that when this arrived, it actually arrived in plastic packaging, which I really love. Also, the palette came in this plastic bag and the obligatory plastic sheet as well. So you can probably tell from that plastic sheet that the names are actually on the palette. Now, if you love pink like me, you're going to love this. I have thought for a long time now, why don't they colour these plastic palettes? Why aren't they different colours, apart from the cream and, you know, the rose gold and things like that? Why can't they do like pink, for example, which would be my choice? And lo and behold, this one is. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. So it's like a baby pink, or more of a blush pink. No, it's like a true feminine, beautiful pink. Love it. Of course, it's got Revolution here. I really like that the Revolution as well is larger there. So yeah, you've got Revolution there in white, along with Kisu's name again there. And on the back, you have the sticker, and again, Revolution and Kisu. So however you store this, you're going to be able to see which palette it is, notably by the pink packaging, which I'm just so impressed with. So again, you get the amount of product you're getting as well as the ingredients, and then you get that it's cruelty free as well there. So all of that information is there. Then on the inside, you get a huge mirror as always. There it is, being very careful. And I'm just going to pop the actual box over that, so that I can now show you. I'm just going to turn it upside down as well. Okay, so you can see that this is definitely a different palette, as in you have got highlighters. So you've got a highlighter there and a highlighter there, and then you've got 4 rows of 4 eyeshadows. And I really like the colourway in this, and I did see a lot of complaints about this being a nude palette with the obligatory blue eyeshadow. But actually, I want eyeshadows that I can wear on a daily basis. So this really speaks to me. I love the colourways, and when you see the swatches, I think you're going to be very impressed with this. I love it. So for £10, you're getting 2 highlighters and you're getting the 16 eyeshadows, which I think is really good value for money. So now I'm going to go through all of the swatches. So we're going to start off with that blue that your eyes are drawn to immediately. So that one is called Maldives. Then we have this. Now these shades, as you can tell from my nail polish, I love these shades at the moment. So this one is called Rain, and it's a gold, but it's got a little bit of a hint of green to it. Just love that. Then we move on to Bloodlust, and the next one, so the last one on the first row is called London, and these are all shimmers. So that's your first row, the first four. The next one starts off with this shade. Now, of course, I've already applied the look that I want to achieve there. And this actually was one of my favourite shades to use within the palette, and it's called Vampire, which is a matte. We then have another shimmer called Royal. Then we have another matte, which is a cream matte, and that one is 1991. And then we have a cream shimmer called Ivy. So there is your second row of four. So the third row starts off with the shade, and it's matte, and it's called Clumsy. That one there. We have another matte shade called Cookie Dough. We then have another matte shade called Cat Lady, another favourite. I really like this. And then the last shimmer shade, or the last shade, is a shimmer, and it's Rose Gold. And I love that shade. Beautiful. I really like that within this palette you have got a cream, you have got a mid-tone brown, matte I'm talking about. You've also got that deeper brown, which is more cooler in Clumsy, and then you've got that more burgundy or red toned deeper shade called Vampire. There's also other shades which I'm going to share with you in the last row, but for me this is an ideal palette. It creates all of the eye looks that I can, you know, that perfect base. So you've got, you know, your cream, like I said, you've got your mid-tone brown, you've got your deeper shades. Now we move on to the last row, and of course you've got all of those shimmers that you can swap and coordinate with whatever you're wearing or whatever look you're trying to achieve. Really love that. Now the last row is again going to be a favourite of mine. I love this row. Now the first shade is a matte. Again, it's one of those grungy shades that I really love, and it's like a yellow with a hint of green to it, or a little bit of browny green, and it's giving me this grungy shade. Love it. So that one is called Gryffindor. We then have a shimmer called May, M-A-I, and then we have October is a matte, which is a matte, sorry, and then we have the last shade, again one of those grungy tones, and that one is Hype, and I hope I mentioned it. It's a matte. So there is the last four. So I'll just share a close-up of all of your shades. So those are the eyeshadows, and then we have two extra shades. So we have this one here, your lighter highlight called Marshmellow, and I'm not sure of the pronunciation of this, and I think it's called Khaleesi, Khallees, and I think that's an I. So that's the more of your pink peach tone there, your deeper shade anyway. So there are your two highlight tones. So all of your shades are there. Love it. Like I say, this is an all-round palette for me, and I can see that I'm going to be using this a lot. Absolutely. I just love that you've got all of the shades. Not only do I love the shades, I'm just getting my headband, not only do I love the shades, but I really love the shades that have been chosen. It's not so way out there that you can't use the shades, but it's not also you know, a lot of neutrals that are just, we've seen it all done before. These are different. The combination is different. Really love that. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm not too worried about highlighters. I prefer just an eyeshadow palette, but obviously I've got the added bonus of two highlights if that's what I want to use, and you can also use those as eyeshadows if you want. What I'm going to do is just pop my hair back now, just so that I can, or you can see my eye look a little bit better. So I went in and I'm just going to get my brush again, and of course I'm going to be using my Primark eye contour brush. I'm just going to clean off the excess because I want to stick to this brush. So this is the brush that I'm using. It's one of the brand new ones with the aqua colour there. Okay, now I've already primed my eye, ready to go, and I'm just going to give you a close-up. So this is what I achieved today. I kept thinking, should I go in with that blue eyeshadow that everybody's talking about, and I stepped away from that. I'm wearing like a blush, a lot of blush today, so I wanted something that went with that. Have I got my lipstick here? Because I thought, yes, I thought I brought it in. I'm wearing the Revolution Pro Supreme lipstick in Provocateur, which is one of my favourites. It is beautiful. It's a plummy pink, or pinky plum. Love it. Anyway, beautiful. I thought I'd just mention that because I always have questions on my lip colour, on my nail polish, or where did I get my earrings from? Primark. And this is from New Look. Okay, I'm going to go in with cookie dough to start with, and I'm just going to just make sure my base is applied properly. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in the crease and take that up a little bit. Now cookie dough actually looks very, very light, but actually it's got quite a nice colour to it. So I'm just going to blend that in. Definitely buildable. As always, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I knew that I wanted to keep it, you know, the tones that I'm wearing. So I've taken that quite high and just blended that in a little bit more, like that. So you can see that there's a slight colour there. And then I went in with Cat Lady. Really, really love this shade. Now I really do think that a lot of palettes now, they do have a lot of these deeper shades, or they have a lot of light shades, and we are missing the mid-toned shades, and I really like that this palette actually has quite a number of them. So Cat Lady is this one here, so that one there, and Cookie Dough is actually right beside it. So this one is Cat Lady. I really love the names of these as well. Again, they're all very personal to Kisu. I know that her sister's name, she's named one of these after her sister, which is May, the M-A-I that I mentioned, May. So now I'm using Cat Lady in the crease. And what I did was I used the brush, because what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to go too heavy in here today. So I used the brush because it's got that angle to keep it quite tight into the crease, and I wanted it more heavier here. That's what I was trying to achieve. Also, I didn't blend this colour out too much on this eye. I actually just went like this and just blended it around the eye rather than going up, if you see what I mean. So just like this, like that. Then I went in with, I'm just going to make sure have I got that right to how I want it. Just going to just make sure that it is rounded there, like that. And I'm now going in with one of my favourite shades from this whole palette, and this has really surprised me, and it is a Vampire, which is on the second row, and it is this one here, Vampire. So it's a brown, deeper brown, more of a crease shade for me, and really like it because it's got like a deep red burgundy tone to it. I suppose that's why it's called a Vampire. Really, really love it. Funny enough, I've got a vampire. I really love programs with vampires in. I absolutely love, one of my favourite films is Twilight. I just love it so much. love anything to do with vampires. So now what I'm doing with this shade is I'm going to just deepen out this area, so the outer third. I actually did a halo eye, no, spotlight eye, sorry. And I'm also just going to run this through the crease. But again, I'm not going to blend it out too much, so I'm just going to run it through. What I want to do is just keep that depth and keep what we've already achieved with the first two shades. So I'm just carefully putting that through the crease like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap brushes, and I'm going to be using this brush from my next collection, and it's quite a thin brush, and I'm getting a little bit more of a vampire, and I'm going right into the inner third. So we put some of that vampire shade on the outer third. I'm now putting it in the inner third, and I'm not going to put it in the crease area. I'm just keeping it on the lid as best as I can, like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is just go back to my original brush. I'm getting some Cat Lady on there. Really love that shade. And I'm just running that underneath the eye. Another thing that I've noticed with these eyeshadows, and I said this in a video recently actually, that I mention a lot of the time that a lot of palettes have kick up. This one doesn't, and quite a few from Revolution do have a lot of kick up. Not, you know, a lot. You know, the whole pan isn't going to fall out, but you do get a little bit of kick up, I suppose. Not this one. The pans are quite firmly pressed, and I'll just show you here. So I've actually used quite a number of the matte shades, and there's no kick up on the pink at all. I really want to keep that as clean as I can because I just love the whole look of the palette. Okay, so now I've done that. So I've gone underneath with Cat Lady. I just love the name of that so much. And I'm just going to now go in with Rose Gold, which is this shade here. Absolutely beautiful. I really love it, and I wanted something, like I said, rosy, so I went in with that shade. And of course I love gold, love yellow, as you can tell, like I said, from my nails. So what I'm going to do now is just keep that in the middle. Don't worry too much if you go over it, over the edges. We're going to deepen those out in a minute. Really love this shade. Like that. Oh, goodness sake. Just beautiful. Okay, now I'm just going back to my next eyeshadow brush. You can see it's actually got a little bit of an angle to it as well, even though it's very flat, which makes it, and it's also a little bit fluffy, so it's not too harsh, and it really works well on, well, with this eye look. So I'm now getting Vampire again and just deepen up that slightly and just go over the edges like that. I'm then going to actually keep with that brush, and I'm just going to go on the outer third of the under eye area, and just blend that in with the other brush as well, like that. I'm then going in with another brush. It's an angled brush, this one here, and I'm now going in with Ivy, which is this shade here, that one there, that cream shimmer shade. and I'm just going to lighten up the inner corner. Like that. Love it, absolutely love. Like that, beautiful, love that. So that is the eye look complete, and I just love that spotlight shade. Now what I'm going to do is just apply my liner as always, which is the Revolution HD Smoky waterproof liner, and it's black. So I'm just going to apply that to the waterline carefully. Like that. Then I'm going to get my mascara, which as always is the Primark PS Amplif-eyed mascara, and that is also black, so I'm just going to apply that now. Like that. And now I'm just going to take my hair out. That's better. I always do that. Always shut my eyes or blink too early, and then I get mascara on my under eye. Okay, so that is my look with the new Kisu palette. I'm trying to get the best light on it. There we go. Absolutely love it. It's a beautiful palette. My thoughts are, really love the outer packaging. I just love that. I love this. I mean, pink, beautiful. Can't get better than pink. And the shades in here, I just love it. I think when you first look at it, you think it's a neutral colour, like I've seen mentioned, with a pop of blue, but this palette has got so much more to it. I already have favourite shades in here. The ones that I've used today so far, really love that vampire shade. I really love the rose gold, the spotlight in the middle, absolutely love it. And how could I forget Cat Lady? Absolutely love that, as well as the inner corner. And I also love Cookie Dough. So really every shade that I've used today, I've loved. I think they all swatched really, really well as worked very well on the eye as well. So I cannot wait actually to use the more grungier shades in here and create another look for you. So I would, as usual, love to hear your thoughts on this palette. Have you picked it up? Are you waiting for it? Why did you pick it up? What are you drawn to in this palette? And yeah, I can't wait for more collaborations. I do hear that there may be another collaboration coming out very, very soon. So obviously do keep your eye on their Instagram, the Revolution Instagram. And of course, I will be keeping you up to date as always. If you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to watch further videos. But as always, until tomorrow, thank you so, so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.